I had this idea for a joke because it's winter in Berlin right now, and I've been quite sad.
Put your hands together for hilarious Vince Kessler!
I wrote a poem. I'd never written a poem really. I think there's a joke in there somewhere. I think the joke around like writing a poem when you're not into poetry. I'm cold, it's grey, I'm sad. I got so sad, I wrote a poem.
I think with sad art, it can very easily kind of cheesy.
I feel like poetry is one of those things that's like, you never really think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anyone that's like a serious poet. For me, like writing a poem, it's just a big old guess. I wrote this poem and I was like, hell yeah, dude. I'm like, maybe this is me. Like, you know, I was like, maybe I'm like a poet. This is who I am, you know? I wrote a poem, I put it in my notes app in my phone, right? And then I forgot about it. And then like a week later, I was like, oh, the poem. You know? I was like, this is the worst shit I've ever read in my life. I read this poem and I was like, I'm gay. Why is it that people associate poetry with being gay?
I think you can get away with it because you know stash. I think the one thing to save you from embarrassment is you should put it in rap form.
Like Tupac.
Yeah.
He talked about his feelings.
And afterwards you'd be like, N-word.
Yeah, true. I think that's the maybe when I do the joke.
Yeah, the joke is missing the N-word.
I think that's the trick. In order for me to feel like a man on stage, I'll just say the N-word.
So, Fitz, how did it go?
I think it was they were a little tense. They didn't laugh at all the points that I thought. And then I also think maybe I should include more like personal, like give an anecdote about like why it is that I feel these emotions. Like what's this, you know, why am I embarrassed about it? I do feel like it's strange, right? Because rural New Zealand, I grew up where like people thought that if you wrote poetry, you were gay. And I had those feelings. I was self-conscious about it, which is weird. Like I put it in a locked folder in my phone. And I don't know where that comes from, you know? That's a weird, like classical music as well, fine arts that's seen as homosexual, which is a weird, I don't know. You know, like I have friends in New Zealand, the old school guys who thought that me moving to Berlin was gonna make me gay. You know, like I talked to one of these guys recently, and I told him that I went to the opera, and he was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. If you ask someone like, oh, what's your favorite word? And they say, effervescent, you're like, that's gay. You know, like, for some reason you're like, get out of here. Effervescent, like that's what comes to mind.
I thought about starting a poetry Instagram before, but I was like, if I do it, I'm going to do it anonymous.
It would be so funny to see like the amount of anonymous poets out there that exist, and you see like the face behind the account. It's just like some plumber called Jim.
Yeah.